Go ahead.
For the demons, having power by means of the food given to them, are admitted into your bodies by your own hands, and lying hid there for a long
Okay. So
time.
now the food that's given to them are the things that we yield to by their suggestion. When we yield to the temptation of the demons, we actually give them admittance into our bodies. Go ahead. And lying.
And lying hid there for a long time, they become blended with your souls.
Okay, so he's saying after a while, you can't tell what's the demon and what's you because the entity becomes blended with your soul so that you can't discern what's happening and they deceiving you because now they're talking to you in the first person as if they're you. Go ahead.
And through the carelessness of those who think not, or even wish not, to help themselves, upon the dissolution of their bodies, their souls, being united to the demon, are of necessity borne by it unto whatever places it pleases.
Right. So when your body is dissolved and you're united with this demon, the demon is going to carry you to wherever it pleases. Now, the deep thing about it is the torturing flames of the fire. Uh, the uh, the the demon is of the same substance of this torturing fire. So we're not of the same substance of as demons. We are the children of light. We are actually made of light. And these demons, they carry us to these places in order to bind us to these places so that our souls can't escape, our spirit can't escape. Go ahead.
And what is most terrible of all, when at the end of all things the demon is first consigned to the purifying fire, the soul which is mixed with it is under the necessity of being horribly punished, and the demon of being pleased. For the soul, being made of light, and not capable of bearing the heterogeneous flame of fire, is tortured. But the demon, being in the substance of his own kind, is greatly pleased, becoming the strong chain of the soul that he has swallowed up.
So these demons that possess us, that use us to execute their will, if we don't get rid of these strongholds, if we don't demolish these imaginations and rid ourselves from the power of these beings, they will become the chains that hold us in the lake of fire. Go ahead.
10. How they are to be expelled. But the reason why the demons delight in entering into men's bodies is this: being spirits and having desires after meats and drinks and sexual pleasures, but not being able to partake of these by reason of their being spirits and wanting organs fitted for their enjoyment, they enter into the bodies of men in order that, getting organs to minister to them, they may obtain the things that they wish, whether it be meat by means of men's teeth, or sexual pleasures by means of men's members.
So
Hence, oh,
that's hardcore. It's like they desire to to eat and drink and have sexual pleasures. Now you're just like, why do spirits want to do this? It's because these spirits once had bodies of their own. They were the children of the angels that came down and had sex with women and produced hybrid beings. These when the flood of Noah came to wipe them off of the face of the earth, there was no place in heaven for these beings, and there were no place in hell where men go for these beings. So they were consigned to dwell upon the earth until the day of judgment, doing wickedly and not incurring any judgment until the consummation of the time. So they're basically in the earth doing whatever they want, afflicting mankind because they can do that. And they have a desire to experience what they once experienced. So it says, and having desires, meat and drink, sexual pleasures, but not being able to partake of these by reason of their being spirits, and wanting organs fitted for their enjoyment. So when they look at our bodies is like a machine, it's like a vehicle in order for them to execute their will on the earth. They enter into the bodies of men in order that, getting organs to minister to them, they might obtain the things that they wish, whether it be meat by means of men's teeth or sexual pleasure by means of men's members. So these beings they're hardcore, hateful, malicious, vengeful, haters of mankind, want to see our destruction, but want to use us to get the most that they can out of life. Selfish, horrible beings. Go ahead, read the next one.
Hence, in order to the putting of demons to flight, the most useful help is abstinence and fasting and suffering of affliction. For
right.
if they...
So he's saying in order to put these demons to flight, the most useful help is abstaining from fleshly lusts, from certain pleasures, from even things. You might have to abstain from things, that are not necessarily evil, but it's pleasurable. You gotta change. You gotta make your body suffer affliction because they don't like to feel affliction and suffering. So when we fast and we abstain from fleshly lusts, and the demon is irritated by that, and he might roll out. But it says, read from 4, if
they enter into men's bodies for the sake of sharing pleasures, it is manifest that they are put to flight by suffering.
So when we suffer, when we fast, when we suffer affliction, when we are not, just on a mission trying to enjoy life and squeeze every ounce out of it.
But inasmuch as some, being of a more malignant kind, remain by the body that is undergoing punishment, though they are punished with it, therefore it is needful to have recourse to God by prayers and petitions, refraining from every occasion of impurity, that the hand of God may touch him for his cure, as being pure and faithful.
Yeah, that's crazy. They saying it's some of them that's so malignant or more malignant kind that even when you suffering, you fasting, and you suffering affliction, they gonna still chill because they don't want to leave. And he's saying that in that case, we gotta turn to the Most High and pray and petition the Most High for deliverance. It's just like Paul when he said it was a messenger of Satan that was sent against him. He said it was like a thorn in his flesh. He said he besought the Lord 3 times that it might be departed. And he said after he did that, the Lord said to him, be strong. Basically, I know you feel weak, but my strength is made perfect in weakness. So suffer what you're going through and I'm going to bring you through it. So when we going through this cleansing time, we got to pray and ask the Most High to help us and petition the Most High, like, please, Lord, deliver me from the curse and the power of this wicked being. Then it says, refraining from every occasion of impurity. So you got to be extra careful and extra focused in on how you living and the decisions that you're making, and listening to your conscience and not violating your conscience. He says that the hand of the Most High might touch him for his cure as being pure and faithful. Go ahead, 9:11, but it is unnecessary, but it's necessary.
But it is necessary in our prayers to acknowledge that we have had recourse to God, and to bear witness not to the apathy, but to the slowness of the demon. For all things are done to the believer, nothing to the unbeliever. Therefore, the demons themselves, knowing the amount of faith of those of whom they take possession, measure their stay proportionately.
So, lack of enthusiasm or energy, lack of interest in anything, or the absence of any wish to do anything. So, it says that, but it is necessary in our prayers to acknowledge that we have had recourse to the Most High, and to bear witness not to the apathy.
Hey, Rob.
Yo.
I got the definition for recourse.
What you got?
It says a source of help in affliction, a source of help in a difficult situation.
Right. Right. It says it's necessary in our prayers to acknowledge that we have had recourse to the Most High. That we've petitioned him and pleaded with him, and we trusted him to be our help. It says, and to bear witness not to the apathy, but to the slowness of the demon. So when we in a battle like this, apathy is going to be present in us, to where we might not have a desire to read or the desire to pray. You know, but you can't, when you're trying to return to the Most High and you're trying to be free of these evil beings, you have to, you can't get in to the apathy, like, because if you done violated your conscience and you done sinned so many times and this demon is up in your zone, and now the thing that you sin with, it's become habitual, it's become a stronghold. And you feel too guilty to read, and you can't get into that. You got to understand the battle that you're in, and you got to know that it's the slowness of the demon, and not get into the fact that, you know, like, because the demon gonna be lying to you, talking about you're done. You know, the Most High ain't gonna receive you now. His spirit is gone. You might as well just get it in now. You know, we might as well go get with so-and-so. You know she want to get with you. That's how the demon going to try to get you to, he going to try to stay. He says, for all things are done to the believer, not to the unbeliever. So you got to know that if you're being attacked like that, you are a believer. So you can have faith and confidence in the fact that the demon wouldn't be attacking you if you wasn't worth attacking.